Good evening, Council. Thank you. My name is Pete Mitchell, and to staff and to those great friends and community leaders in the audience, I'm the proud consultant for the Anaheim Police Association, and I'm also here in capacity as the Executive Director of the Orange County Coalition of Police and Sheriffs. It represents approximately 90 to 95% of all sworn and non-sworn peace officers in the rank and file bargaining units and almost every POA in the county. We rise in strong support and ask for you tonight to support item 22. This is not new policy for the city of Anaheim. And for those of us that have been around here since the 70s and had a family who had a family business who was hyper-dependent on our tourism. We love Disney, and we love what the previous council has done. And this will bring and continue economic vitality to Anaheim, period, end of discussion. This is not a tax for those poor people in the audience that were misinformed. You are great partners, workers, residents, and I salute you for speaking your voice. But this is not a tax. If there was a tax proposed, and I worked for a great Anaheim mayor, and that is an Anaheim mayor I would work for, John Seymour. Let me tell you, that is something that the cost impacts those of us harder and worse, the people, the consumers that visit our beloved resort. If you go up higher on the ticket price, you have to absorb it. With the cost of rising and supporting a world-class business like Disney, it would only cost and exacerbate that further. It supports Disney, over 28,000 great jobs. Without Disney, there would not be 28,000 jobs. Number two, Disney has built and kept their word every step of the way on another theme park, on great hotels, on downtown. For those of us that are old Anaheim and that frequent it weekly, we see what they have done. Our Anaheim police are not new to policy outside of just labor issues or the valued and vaunted Orange County Coalition of Police and Sheriffs. The reason why we do it is because we recognize we're not only a stakeholder, we recognize that it is a position that unlike any other people can do without high training, education, and discretion, and we also recognize that the budget has to be grown to support those positions. Because of the outstanding leadership of council members Murray, Brandman, and Crane in the past, the Anaheim Police Department has grown, and the Anaheim Police Department is strongly supported by its city, and we will always support you. So if in the audience you get that information that there's a tax and Disney doesn't pay taxes, that is so silly and it's sad. Go back to the person you got this information from, no matter how close they are to where I'm speaking, and you tell them that that's misinformation, because there is no such thing as Disney not paying taxes. Disney is a valued participant that adds, again, a shining star to California and the country. Right now, we have a system in Anaheim where we have a high TOT. And for those of you that don't know, that means that we replenish those resources and our tourists and people that use our hotels, bring those dollars back to our city. Anaheim Police Association, OC Cops, has supported Angels, supported our new 4-star hotels. Why? Because we needed them. Why? Because ball players and others are going to Newport and other places, and you want people to stay here. We supported the convention center expansion. That was a no-brainer. Why was that? Because it was done 6 times before. Why? Because it's a great thing to do, because we're keeping share. The more people that visit the resort, the more people that visit the convention center, you fill up the hotels, boom. Home run for the city budget. As the son of proud Greek immigrants, I was disgusted at these personal comments. Some of you in the audience that use over and over, you have no class, you're pathetic. When I hear those voices about how you talk to a woman, and I want everybody in here to salute Chris Murray, Jordan Brandeman, and Lucille Crane for their great service. That's right. That's right. And while we love that majority for moderate, pro-business thinking, we sure hope it becomes again a supermajority and welcome Mr. Vanderbilt to a moderate thinking in that process. Because this town is about moving forward in our valuable tourism assets, in our valuable housing, in our small businesses. This is going to pass tonight because at least we know 3 people we can count on sanity and realism. We hope there's 4. Going forward, by the way, I know there's concern about encumbering a future council. Well, if you're worried about future Republican voting for a tax, I assure you they won't. And if you think they will, Fred Whitaker and Karen Kavicki want to talk to you afterward. If you're worried about a Democrat voting for a tax, then you're in the wrong party. Thank you for your time.